It's called drifting.
What do you mean, drift?
The cars are lighter, tires are slick. When you drift, if you ain't out of control, you ain't in control. Still need a dictionary?
The thing that I really love once I kind of started researching about the sport of drifting was that how it really fit well with the theme of the movie, because it's something that you're kind of going against all your intuitions, and at the same time it's about having control but not having control at all.
Drift racing is basically racing around sharp turns.
What I tell people all the time is drifting is like watching the funnest part of your race or your funnest crash over and over again.
It's something that's very visual. It's not just two cars racing down straightaway. It's going through curves and turns.
It's a dance. They're dancing with these automobiles. I mean, it's like watching airplanes do a maneuver in the sky or watching birds swoop.
If you look at it from far away, it's pretty amazing. It is like ballet. When you get close, it's all about the rubber being burnt and these tiny particles just shooting in your eye because it's just everything disintegrating.
You're taking a 3,000-pound object and you're just whipping it around.
Again. It really got started in Japan a long time ago. It was a road racer who, when he had a gap between him and the guy behind him, he would basically slide around some of the corners. And everybody cheered him more for sliding the car than for winning the race.
This is just something that the kids developed as they were racing down the streets.
And then it became an underground thing out on the mountain roads doing toge, where they would drift on mountain roads together.
The kids would just race up and down, and as the rear end started coming out, people got happier.
You're right on the edge of adhesion from the tires, from your own personal control, and the amount of grip that the car will give you.
Aside from the speed, the style of it, the visual style of it became a big part of the drifting world.
Let the steering wheel spin, grab it, go the other way, grab it, and it's just all about accelerator control, and it's just very fluid.
First drifters invented drifting out here in the mountains by feeling it.
So feel it.
In the U.S., it's really a big show. You know, you're going out there and you're demonstrating car control at huge speeds with precision.
It was only right that we try to make this movie as real and authentic as possible, because there hasn't been a drift, a movie about drifting.
We wanted to stay true. I think everything from the designs of the cars, the looks of the cars, the energy, but also the way it's portrayed on screen. I think it's very important for us to show the audience kind of the reality of drift. So to do that, we needed to get some of the best drivers in the world.
Hi, Samuel Hübner. I'm a double for Han in the Fast and Furious 3.
My name's Tanner Faust, and I double DK Drift King.
My name's Reese Millen. I'm the double for the lead actor, Sean.
Drifting has existed in our world in one form or another. Mustangs have been power sliding, there's rally racing, but what the Japanese did, in essence, is take all those elements and categorize it into a sport.
The sport is amazing. Pushing the envelope of car control, the sense of speed, the sense of direction change.
You're taking a car and you're breaking all the conventional rules, basically. You're building the car so that you lose traction on the rear end, the rear tires, and you're gonna go into a corner, whip the car out, drifting. This is the physical drifting movement. And if we're turning left, you're gonna go from the outside, clip the apex, or the inside of the corner, as we call it, and gracefully slide out in one fluid motion.
The key elements of drifting are speed, angle, and line. Speed being as fast as you can generate the drift, angle, how much slide angle you can get the car into, and line, how close and committed you can become, sustaining control through the clipping points through the course.
There are a couple tricks that you've got to have in your tool bag when you're a drifter. One of them is a handbrake initiation to a corner. And unlike just pulling the handbrake to start the car sliding, there are some tracks that are very high speed, over 100 miles an hour and very narrow, and you have to slide down that narrow straightaway into a corner. And the technique is really pulling the handbrake in a straight line, setting the angle, and then dumping the clutch to slide through the corner.
The more angle you have on the car, the more counter steer, your tires facing in, the more smoke, the better. That's where drifting is unlike, any other traditional motorsport where there is no time involved.
The biggest differences between drifting and road racing is we actually put the car into a slide controlled by steering inputs or by throttle inputs. Other forms of motorsport, when they're drifting, they're usually heading to the wall. They're crashing.
We do use GPS sensors on the front and the rear of the car to measure angle. So some of the pro cars, we clock at about 97 miles an hour at 48 degrees coming into a bank, which is, it's incredible.
Way cool. I kind of think it's the Howard Stern of motorsports, because whether you like the idea of burning rubber around a track or you don't, once you start watching it, you just can't take your eyes off it because you just don't know what's going to happen next. Something is going to happen and it's going to be big, so you better keep your eyes on it.